If you were to combine some of the best gameplay mechanics of a tower defense game and an incremental game, you would get this, which is Ash Warden. Right now I've got these 3 towers. I can switch back and forth between the 3 of them, and they're all going to be attacked at different times. But here's the catch. Only one of them is going to be powered on at any given moment. So juggling between defending all 3 is going to be a tall order. Not only that, but that one, man, that guy's ranged. There's a little bit of a time, a cooldown period, listen for the sound effect, when I can switch between the towers. So right now I've got to kill that thing and switch back to tower number 1. We've got these little spider billies running around. And honestly, one of the hardest things in the early game, I think, is just sort of like remembering which tower is which and focusing on it. So we're going to switch from here. And switching early so that you get your cooldown to switch over to the other tower that you're going to need to defend is pretty important. All right, can we defend this? Because if we can, look at the little timer in the upper middle part of the map. We're about halfway through. We've got these big ranged buddies coming in, and it takes about 3 arrows. So I'm thinking our tower's gonna fall, but here's the thing. It's not win or lose, it's win or learn. But in this case, since it's an incremental tower defense, as opposed to like, say, a roguelite tower defense, it's win or get better and upgrade. And that's exactly what we're gonna do, because look at this massive tech tree. So our tower here is called the Sight Sunder, and now we can spend our vestige or the red resources to upgrade. Now we can increase our attack damage, so 5, 10, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna increase the move cooldown between the towers as quickly as we can. Now we're at 4 resources in the basis. The basic amount that we need to upgrade anything else would be 5, so we're just gonna have to go back into battle. And we're still on day 1. So basically, once we get through day 1, we'll be able to get through day 2. Now, I'm curious to see if this has some auto defense, right? If it's an incremental game and not necessarily a clicker game, there should be some level of automation. So we're going to switch over early so we have the ability to switch between the towers much quicker. And I can prioritize which ones we want to fight. So here's a little interesting thing. Right now, I've marked this guy, but I'm controlling that tower. That's not good. We've got to remember to switch over, otherwise we're not doing any defending. We're gonna die a little bit too quickly. But already we're able to deal with things to where like these spiders aren't gonna be able to bite this tower this time around. So we're making marginal improvements over our previous day's run, which was ultimately unsuccessful. So we're gonna see, this one's got the 3 guys coming. So we'll target those before we switch back over to tower 3. And, oh, that was also 3 guys. Okay. Now from here, we got people marching to the north. One of the other things we can do is increase, I think, the coverage of our circle. And you'll notice that my tower is one-shotting pretty much everything so far. So my goal, hopefully, I would love to see us get to the end of day 1. Oh my gosh, that's a pretty big attack wave this time around. We didn't even make it this far. And I'm gonna prioritize the bigger ones because from my experience, they're ranged. Oh, but here's the problem. We're almost to the end of day 1, but basically one of those enemies was a newer type that seemed to be almost like a siege giant. But we made a ton of resources. Of the 3 resource types, we got 73 there of the vestige, 1 echoes, but no sigils. Sigils are formed by primordial red gaze, if you were wondering about it. So increasing attack range, I think, would be pretty good. And that actually opens up some of these more special abilities. But we need a sigil, which I bet you get it from like completing a day's journey. Ooh, increasing the experience gain would be pretty good. Oh, there's a 1% chance to drop double vestige on death. That sounds pretty great, but I think what we need is to decrease movement cooldown and increase the tower's health. Increase ward by 20%. Ward regenerates after a short time without taking damage. Oh, that's cool. And we've got life leech. There's a lot of really interesting upgrades you can get. So at this point, we're out of resources, and we'll go back to day 1, which they're calling Gamaniac. The pattern seems to be the same though every day, which I guess could make it sort of boring. So we're gonna skip it. All right, this was the point where we died last time. Do our upgrades do anything? Not nearly enough. Now, right now we can increase the damage dealt to the bosses by 10% if we wanted to, but I think we just need attack damage. We're gonna max it out. And we'll increase the attack range. That seems like a pretty good one to get. Here's the giant thing that always seems to kill us. This guy right here. Oh, he's dead. We're gonna make it, potentially. Unless Tower 3 also gets attacked by one of those giants. Maybe all 3 towers have to survive against it. No, we've only seen the one. Now, he didn't give us the resource we wanted, which was the purple one. Okay, here we go. A boss. Okay. How much health does he have? We really have no idea. Buddy, don't smite my tower. Oh, did about, what, 20% there maybe? 25%? He cooled down. Oh, he just disappeared. Oh, that actually works out well, I think, for us because he's distributing his damage amongst the different towers, giving us a little more time to attack him. Well, theoretically. Almost completed day 1. 89 of our red resource, though. So we can increase the damage to bosses using the blue resource by 10%. Will it be enough? And I guess upgrading the critical chance would be pretty good. And we can increase the critical damage multiple by an additional 10% when we do hit it. So right now, we've got a 13% chance of hitting a crit. And when it does, it's a 1.8 multiplier of damage. Yeah, my only criticism of the game right now is like when you replay a day, it's always the same pattern. All right, we're entering that late stage where it gets pretty tricky. Look at our numbers. Our arrows are doing 35 damage, but when we do a crit, it does 63 damage. So the key here will be when we're doing critical damage on the bosses and the heavy units. Okay, so here he is. Which way is he going? He's probably going to Tower 1, I assume. 39. Oh yeah, we've got the 10% modifier to attacking the bosses. There's a 70. So we got 1 critical hit in so far. Now he's going to teleport over to Tower 2. Yeah. Oh my gosh. No. Not like this. See, that's where it gets a little frustrating, man. I gotta do that all over again. 2 minutes and 20 seconds of my life. But we can do more damage to the bosses by an additional 10%. Or I think critical damage multiplier would be best use of our funds. And we're gonna get some ward and life leech. 0.2%, but hey, that's still some. See you in 2.5 minutes. So we're nearing the end here. The top tower took just a marginal amount of damage. Let's see if the bottom one does. No, we got lucky. Okay, so let's switch to tower number 1 immediately. And let's see. We're going to want some critical hits. No crits yet. Oh, man. Okay, there's one. 82. Not bad. But I think... Oh, my gosh, we killed him. Okay. That was pretty cool. Not only that, but we got a purple resource, and we have successfully beaten the first day. Gamaniac was down. So Gamaniac, I guess, is the name of that boss unit. So from here, we got to decide what special do we want to spend our very, very precious sigil on. Each shot releases 2 additional arrows to its flanks. That's pretty awesome. Or we could pierce up to 2 enemies. That might be good too. Echo Fall is really cool. When you switch towers, it creates like a shockwave. When attacked, all 3 towers fire piercing arrows. That seems pretty good. Or this will just fire a ton of arrows. Man. I think each shot releases 2 additional arrows. Oh, I'm noticing that they're not doing full damage, though. Oh, wow. +2 tower tolerance regeneration per second is great. We're going to do arrows on the flanks with fractured volley. Now, behind it, +3 base damage for normal attack, but it's using the blue resources. And beyond here, these upgrades require sigils, which mean boss kills. But more damage, I think, is always a good idea. We'll up the damage multiplier for our crits and lower cooldown. So at this point, we can go on to day 2, though. So now I don't know the attack pattern. We're now the Tarnished. Okay, so we've got little billies coming out. Oh, this is a new enemy type, and they popped out over here, but they're going for Tower 2. Or excuse me, Tower 3. That's my biggest thing. 1, 2, 3, left to right. We gotta remember that. Oh gosh. Which ones are these going? Okay, fortunately they're going to Tower 3. And we're on not even a quarter way through the day, but we're doing all right. That's probably how it's gonna start, and things are gonna progressively and quickly get worse. Oh yeah, these guys are already range firing me. And this is a pretty massive siege. So now we'll switch over to tower number 1. Fortunately, there's not like... Oh, and look at that regen. The regen is fantastic. We need to really, really upgrade the regen. I mean, there's so many things we want to upgrade. That's always the way it is with incremental games, isn't it? Yeah, I think the ability where we get the shock absorber when we switch is necessary to get through day 2. So I have an idea to see if it's possible. I want to see if we can go back and fight the Gamaniac, which we can. So with our new upgrades, how easy is it to fight this boss? I'm not sure if he's ever going to get hit with more than one arrow. I feel like we just need 2 crits on him and then he's pretty much dead. There it is, 109 on a crit. Oh, I was trying to get more of the purple resource. Oh, I did get it. It just didn't pop up for whatever reason. Because what I wanted to do was get Echo Fall. Yes, now when we switch towers, it's going to send the shock absorbing. Ooh, and plus 10 base damage of the move skill. We can upgrade that. And we have so much resources now. So now we're going to go to day 2 and once again try to beat the Tarnished. So this is the first time we have Echo Fall, which I guess I kind of want to wait for them to like get in the circle, right? The circle's pretty big. I think right about now is good. Oh, okay. It showed the Echo Fall circle. It wasn't nearly as big as I had thought. All right. But I guess it's more of like, it wasn't as supremely powerful as I was hoping it to be. Now we do have extra health and recharge on this thing. Please survive. Unbelievable. You know, we should probably upgrade this. Increasing the chance of double resources. So we farmed the boss again. And I feel like adding lightning to my towers sounds pretty cool, but I'm wondering if I need more of these special abilities first. So now we have arrows that pierce. Seems pretty good. And we're gonna increase damage again and see if we can't get farther on day 2. So we've got pierce and spread. So it's like armor piercing shotgun shells. And we're doing 133 damage. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. But I've noticed when I switch, sometimes I'll like, the tower that I switched from does like a sniper shot. And it can hit targets and pretty much one-shot them. Ah, so I have some shield and I have the health. That's pretty cool. And the shield's doing a pretty good job of recharging. I feel like I'm doing good, but I'm not even halfway through the day. And all the towers are pretty much being besieged at the same time. All right, so we did the shockwave and it actually cleared out all the little minions that were surrounding it. We got to see it in proper action. Yeah, once again, that one's sniped. I think when the guy teleports from which tower to which tower, he can run over guys along the way and do damage to them. All right, shockwave. Oh my gosh, this is getting a little bit chaotic. And we need much faster cooldown. Oh my goodness. There's an ability where when a tower's attacked, oh my gosh, I think I chose the wrong one. That like an armor piercing arrow comes out. Oh wow. Okay, this thing's big. This reminds me of the boss of like Stranger Things from like season 3. He's like a spider made up of bodies of other stuff. So how much damage are we doing? I'm not really seeing any damage. Oh, we killed it. We killed the day 2 boss. Now, do we get more resources or is it just another singular purple? This time we do get 2 blues and a purple though. So beating that boss is pretty good. But I feel like already we're starting to like get a little bit of power creep going. So if we wanted to increase base damage even more, which of course we do. But the key is, where do you want to spend the purple? Vanguard's line, dash toward the targeted tower, dealing damage to all enemies along the path. I feel like that sounds pretty cool. No, this is the one we need. This is the insurance policy. When attacked, all 3 towers fire piercing arrows. And we want health regeneration and damage. Oh, this is the added arrows are able to do more damage. Well, we maxed that out pretty quickly. And it's getting hard finding things to spend the resources on. So let's experiment with what day 3 is all about. The Great Gamaniac. Did we not also fight the Gamaniac, or was he not the great one? These ones seem like armored armadillo kind of looking dudes. Oh, the tower did get attacked. All right. Shoot that thing, please. We switched over. Yeah, the day 3 is tough. These armored things are nasty. We need like, I guess, more crit damage to kind of act as like the armor piercing. Oh man, switching towers is so satisfying now. The shockwave does okay damage, not enough to kill these weird little, I don't even know how to describe them. We'll switch to tower 1. Tower 3 looks like the one that's gonna have a problem. Oh wow, tower 3 almost died. Is that a boss? No, that's not the boss. The boss always comes at the end. So we're halfway through this day. Why can't I gather these resources? That's really strange. There's resources on the board that I want to get, but I can't pick them up. But I can get all the other ones? Make it make sense. Yeah, the piercing and the spreading arrows and upgrading their damage has been pretty satisfying. Wow, the top tower is getting absolutely beset upon on all sides. But as long as we can regenerate health, we should be able to see the boss for this day. Which it has me a little bit nervous because we haven't even picked up all of the enemies yet. And look at these little critters. They're fooling me. Yeah, I need to just upgrade like... Oh, yeah, this guy's even bigger. So Great Gamaniac, where are you going? Are you coming down here? That's okay, I think. Our shield is down, however, on this tower, so he definitely chose our weaker one. It charged up right in time, but he can basically two-shot this tower. Okay, luckily he teleported. He teleported over here. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish him off before this day is over. Yes! We've defeated day 3. Unbelievable. Inconceivable. But man, is that satisfying. And look at how much red resources we're getting right now. Now, we could go back and defeat the earlier levels, but, I mean, you might as well just continue to farm day 3, I would guess. Now, from here, I feel like as cool as some of these are, increased damage of all burning spells. Well, we don't have any burning going on. +2 number of accompanying arrows. That is what we want. Now, I only got it from 2 to 4, and I can increase total damage here. Actually, I can spend massive amounts. And increase crit damage, that's what we want. Oh, damage multiplier, damage dealt to bosses. This is cheap. Wow, that's expensive. So let's go ahead and get normal attacks can lightning. So better crowd control. And at this point, we can go to day 4, but it says wish list now. This feature will be available, so I can go back and go to day 3, I think, and continue. But if you guys want to see more Ashfall, we'll pull the trigger on that like button, let me know. It's quite a fun game. I think in the early part, it can be a little bit of a slog just with having to repeat the same enemy attack patterns. After you get through that, which is, I guess, pretty classic for most incremental games, the mid and late game get really, really exciting, which is, I would say I'm at the mid game now. Come on, switch to Tower 1. Thank you. Oh, yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.